my name is Sarita.
And my name is Rena.
We are both past patients with Mexico Bariatric Center, and we are here to break the stigma of having weight loss surgery in Tijuana, Mexico. We will be covering all things bariatric to help you get the most out of this weight loss journey.
Hi, friends.
Hello, everyone.
Hey.
Welcome.
Yes, welcome to Can You Stomach This?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. So it's time for the holidays.
It is time for the holidays,
Yay.
and we are going to share some tips and tricks to get you through the holidays this year.
For sure. Yeah.
And
let's
every
do
year
that.
to come, hopefully.
Yes. If this is your first holiday season, let's just talk about it.
Right.
So, let's be honest. Can you stomach this? Can you stomach the holiday madness, Sarita?
Yes, I can. This will be my
Yes.
5th holiday season.
And you can too.
Yes.
All right, so let's just dive right into that. So first things first, let's be blunt and honest right here. Okay?
First things first, don't stress.
Right, don't stress. Listen, stress hinders weight loss.
Yes.
It legit hinders weight loss.
You will get through this.
Yes, you will. You will, I promise. And you'll move on to many successful holiday events.
Throughout the year.
Yes, and all kinds of gatherings of all sorts.
Right.
So a couple of things to get you through the holidays is, let's start with activities, right?
Right. And so instead of focusing on, food, make crafts instead of baking.
Yeah, you can totally do that.
When you bake, you're going to taste test. So make crafts instead of,
taste test.
Right. Taste testers.
Oh, I'm a taste tester.
Right. You have to taste test.
Yeah, for sure. And then always crafts are fun. You can make crafts to give as gifts, little ornaments instead of cookies.
Right.
Right?
Right. Or crafts for your house.
Yeah, or even fun stuff with kids. If you're not a crafter,
that's right.
Just do it anyway. It's fun.
It's fun, and you'll learn new things.
You can laugh about it.
Right.
Yeah. And listen, don't skip your workouts. Like, I know it's busy, hustle and the bustle, and you got to go here and you got to do that. Don't skip your workouts. Maybe even try some new winter activities.
Right.
You could do some fun stuff. So some of us live in Georgia.
So we don't have snow, but if you have snow, you can try sledding, skiing, ice skating, and there are places in Georgia where we can do those things.
Go do that.
But if you do live near snow, that would be like an awesome, thing to get into if you've never done it before. It's good exercise.
You might have new mobility that you never had before.
Yeah, and it's great.
So you can try new activities and go do some fun stuff. So get out there and enjoy the activities of the holidays.
Yes.
You could even go on some like Christmas light walking tours.
Caroling.
We would
likes to go caroling. We would carol in our neighborhood, and we had the best time. And you're not focusing on food. You're focusing on spending time together and singing, and people open their door and they're so happy to see you.
And then the ones that are not happy, like the
you make them happy.
You either make them happy or you walk away kind of giggling.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
fun.
It is fun.
I've done it.
It is fun. And so something else you can do to kind of trade in. So let's be honest. Sometimes food makes people feel good and it makes them feel happy. So to keep those good endorphins up without using food, you can volunteer your time.
Yes.
It's amazing how volunteering your time to help others in need really just makes you feel good about yourself.
We do it every year.
Yeah.
We've done, work at the food bank, serve meals, to homeless. You could even volunteer your time walking dogs for the animal shelter. You could go to nursing home and visit with the residents who may not get a lot of visitors during the holidays. And, they're lonely, and you'll make them feel good, and you'll be doing something good, and it makes your heart happy.
It does. It really does. And you can also maybe start a toy drive.
Yes, a
for
toy
kids.
drive.
You
Yeah.
could start a toy drive, or a blanket drive for the homeless.
Yes.
Blanket and coats, socks.
Socks.
Sock drive.
Socks are the biggest need during the holidays for homeless.
It is for those winter months.
Yeah.
You could do that. You could even do like necessity bags, so you can get some little bags and put some snacks and just toiletries and
give
things
them
like
the
that.
snacks. You don't need the snacks.
You don't need the snacks. You can
give
the
them
snacks.
your snacks.
Yes, gift the snacks.
Right.
But listen, through all of it, don't forget to stop and do a mental health check. Like, it's okay to stop and evaluate where you're at.
Right.
And what you're doing with your mental health. That's okay. Make sure you do that. It's important. It is okay to say no. It's okay to say no to cookie parties or events that you're uncomfortable at.
Right. Or maybe you're not ready to, face that challenge, like, office party or, going out and having drinks and dinner.
Or maybe some family that you just don't see but once a year.
Right.
And then you're just not ready to, maybe you've lost 100 pounds and you're not ready for the questions. And
because they're coming.
Yeah, they're coming.
The questions are coming.
They're coming.
Yes.
You can expect sometimes snide remarks. Sometimes even people are happy for you, but sometimes you're like, I've had enough. Like, stop praising me at this point.
Right. And you don't have to allow others to weigh in on your journey.
You do not have to do that.
You do not.
So there's a pun there. Right? You don't have to allow others to weigh in on your journey. Yeah. So it's your weight loss journey. And you don't have to allow others to
and they will have questions, how did you lose weight? Good answer. I eat smaller portions.
Which is the truth.
It is the truth.
If you're not into telling big whopping stories about your weight loss, smaller portions is an easy answer. And it's the truth.
It is the truth because you have to eat smaller portions.
Yeah, you do. You're forced to.
And then again, you can always walk away if you don't want to answer questions. It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Just walk away.
It's absolutely okay.
If you're in an event and somebody's bugging you, you can just walk away. It's really okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
At the end of the day, it's your journey. So walk away if you need to. Another super important thing, and something that Sarita and I both push all the time, is stay hydrated.
Always.
Drink your water.
Every day.
Sugar-free hydration, preferably, because sugar equals carbs equals fat. Also, when you get hooked on sugars and carbs, they're very hard to get rid of.
You have to detox again from those.
You do.
Yes.
Which can mean headaches.
Yes.
And just feeling ill.
And who wants to feel that way during the holidays?
Right.
Nobody.
Drink your water.
Stay hydrated.
Stay hydrated. If you do slip up and eat some things you shouldn't, drink more water. It will flush out sugar, carbs, sodium. Yeah, water keeps your system flush. And I'm going to plug this in here because so many people don't know, but the reason you stay so hydrated is that you lose fat through urine.
You pee your pounds out.
You pee your pounds. So
drink the water.
Drink the water. Just drink the water. Staying hydrated too.
Or drink the fluids.
Right, and staying hydrated keeps you feeling good. So you don't get lethargic.
Right. It's good for your kidneys. It's good for your skin. Everything is good for everything.
You don't want to feel lethargic through the holidays. You already got all this energy going from the hustle and bustle. Yeah. Oh, and your skin. Drinking water keeps your skin glowing. You said glow. I remembered. So just definitely just drink the water. Okay, it's a holiday must-have. And then, so let's talk about food, because foods are a lot of people's fears, especially in the beginning.
Like I think if this is your first holiday season, you're unsure of, how to navigate through it, what to eat, what to drink. You're not sure of any of that. Right, you're not, because you've never done it before. And that's okay. But so let's just start with watch your portions. You know what you can eat. And you know what you can drink. And you know how fast you can drink it and how fast you can eat it. So watch your portions, both liquids and foods. Follow the 30-minute rule. No drinking 30 minutes before eating, no drinking during your meal, and no drinking 30 minutes after. Even 5 years later, four and a half years later, 5 years, because I really started this 5 years ago, I find it hard to follow the 30-minute rule at social events. I don't.
Because, well, you're mingling and you have a drink, and I think I just don't really keep up with it in my head. So it's like I have a little plate, and then I just reach for the drink, and then it's like, oh, ow, why did I do
Right.
that? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, and then I put it down. Like I don't force myself to
Right.
keep drinking it, but I do tend to forget. But my
Mhm.
stomach reminds me very quickly.
I really do follow it. I don't
Mhm.
ever stray from that because I know how it feels and I don't want to feel that
Yeah.
way.
But and just to be real honest too, you don't sit and watch a clock, do you?
No,
I don't
I
either.
don't do that.
You just know
I
after
just,
so
yeah,
long.
you just
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
You just know.
Mhm.
And in the beginning I would look at the time. I did, but now you
Mhm.
just kinda you feel it in your stomach when
Right.
it's
You
starting
just
to
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just do that. And then you want to avoid sugar and carbs. We kind of mentioned that already, but definitely avoid those because
Right.
getting kind of hooked on sugar and
Mhm.
carbs,
You don't want to go into a food coma.
yeah, you don't. And if you haven't had
Mhm.
those things recently, like maybe you've been
Yeah.
on this journey since January and you've managed to avoid
All these
sugar and
months.
carbs, and
Mhm.
all of a sudden you're about to go nail into some junk,
Mhm.
you're probably gonna get sick.
And you probably will feel very lethargic
Yeah,
and tired because
yeah,
it's crashing.
it is crashing.
Yeah, you'll
And it'll
crash.
make you hungry.
It will.
It may be the first time if you haven't felt hunger and you go load up on carbs and sugar,
Hmm.
you very well may feel very hungry within like the
Right.
hour.
Right.
That happens, but it's okay. Just be
Mhm.
careful of the snacks and the appetizers, right?
Right. Make good choices. I
Yeah.
mean, there's probably a lot of like, you know, crackers and things like that. So, focus on the healthy stuff like
Hmm.
cheese and maybe some fruit and, things like that.
Oftentimes when you visit, like a dinner or a get together, it's a potluck or
Right.
somebody's prepared, but the food is always kind of in an area, and then you mingle kind of in other
Hmm.
areas. Just avoid those areas. Like if it's
Right.
tempting for you, just stay out of that area.
Like you have your
Mingle,
snack table, your
dessert,
main table, and your dessert
the
table. So just
dessert
stay at
table.
the main
Yeah.
table.
I mean, sometimes you go to a formal sit down dinner, but I feel like
Hmm.
those are easier because you're just kind of
Hmm.
at the table and then you
Right.
leave.
Right.
But when you're at those mingling where everybody just kind of eats on and off the whole
And
time,
you have
just
your small plate.
yeah, just
Mhm.
kind of stay away from that area if it's
Right.
tempting to
Just
you.
mingle.
Yeah, mingle
Hmm.
and stay away
Nobody's
from the food
nobody's
area.
gonna notice if you're mingling and you don't have any food. You're holding a plate.
Yeah,
Everybody
uh,
is doing their own thing.
avoid that unconscious eating.
Right.
Like just
Steer clear.
yeah, just kind of stay away from it.
Yes.
And then also, you want to when you are making your plate, you want to aim for meats, fruits and vegetables, or
Avoid.
meats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Avoid the casseroles.
yeah. Avoid the casseroles. They most all casseroles are carb loaded.
Mhm.
If they're not carb loaded, they're dairy loaded.
Well, I usually bring a hash brown casserole, which is full of carbs and it's loaded with stuff.
Carb loader.
Yeah, yeah.
She
But
likes to feed people.
but everyone else likes it, and like I don't eat it. Like I stay away from that now
Hmm.
because I would rather fill up on the meats and the vegetables and the fruit
Hmm.
because it
Yeah.
it makes me full. It tastes good.
Well, post DS, carbs tend to affect DS patients a little differently.
Mhm.
So post DS, you're prone to get gas from carbs, like lots of bloating from
You don't
carbs.
want that at a party.
So if you are even some with bypass,
Mhm.
so if you
Yeah.
are post DS bypass,
Mhm.
you really want to stay away from carbs if you're not familiar with that yet,
Right,
because
and,
you will
and
be.
even if you're pre-op and you're navigating through the holidays, remember to focus on the protein and the vegetables
Hmm.
and very limited fruit. No casseroles for sure,
Hmm.
but I mean you can still navigate
You can.
holidays on pre-op as well.
Yeah, people usually have like good
Mhm.
vegetables.
Right.
And you're supposed to weigh food on pre-op, and if you can't weigh your food, just keep in mind that it don't need
Palm
to be bigger than
size.
the palm of your
Right.
hand, as long as
And
it's
bring your own dish. Like if it's a
yeah.
potluck, make something you can eat. So at least you can have that.
Hmm.
And then, like for example, Thanksgiving, bring your own vegetable dish. You can
Yeah,
have that and some turkey, and you're covered.
for sure. Even if you just do like mixed vegetables.
Right.
Well, maybe not. You could even just bring a meat in your own vegetable.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you can
Of your choice.
Of your
Because
choice,
you know you're going to at least be able to eat that one.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So, anyway, again, I just want to reiterate, wrong choices might make you sick.
You don't want to be sick at someone's house.
And you don't want to do that.
No.
Or even if you're the host, you don't want to be sick.
No, you don't want to be sick at your house.
Yeah.
Do not take leftovers home.
Just don't take them with you.
Don't take them.
Yeah.
Just leave them there for other people.
Just leave them.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's too tempting.
Yeah. Sometimes don't even take your own leftovers.
No, leave them.
Yeah.
I leave it all the time. I leave the whole
stay.
dish, and I'm like, I'll come back for my dish.
You can take disposable dishes, or you could gift the dish.
You gift the dish.
Gift the dish to the
There you
host.
go.
You can get cute dishes at decent prices. Just gift the dish.
Right.
Yeah, and so another super important thing is to eat slowly. I mean, that is whether you're pre or post-op, honestly, because if you're pre-op, the slower you eat, you get full faster. If you're post-op, you don't want to kind of gorge because let's be honest, you can't eat but a little bit anyway.
Right. You don't want to have any stomach pain.
Yeah, if you eat too fast because you're busy, you know, when we're busy, we tend to eat fast. And so if you do that, you know, you could have stomach pains and kind of feel miserable. And,
right. And take time eating, and take time when you're eating it, because it makes it look like you're eating the same amount as everyone else.
It does. Like you're not done and everybody else is still eating.
Right.
And you know, one thing I do sometimes, like, so when I make my plate, it's really kind of funny because people will buy the big plates at these events. And so then I end up with this, you know, the big, the big rectangle plates.
Yes.
And then here I am with like one tiny spoon of like each thing.
That's what I do. Yeah, I'm like, I want to try everything, and then
so
I'll come back around.
And then here comes the snarky family member. It's like, that's all you're gonna eat, you know? And for me, it's like, oh, I just want to try everything, and then I'll choose what I want.
Right.
And
that's what I do too.
Truthfully, I'm just going to eat a little bite of everything, and then I'm full. But
but they don't need to know that.
Yeah, why do they need to know?
No.
I mean, I might go back for more because, hey, if we're at this thing too long, I'm going to be hungry again.
Right, you're going to go back.
3 hours later, right?
Right.
So definitely, you know, if you're worried about people wondering why you're not eating much, just take your time with what you do eat. And then it kind of looks like you're eating longer.
And you'll be talking to other people while you're eating, maybe, like if you're sitting down and socializing and, you know.
Yeah. And you can always use that smaller portions answer, which is the truth.
Right.
Because people are going to notice you've lost weight.
Yes, they're going to know.
My answer to that is smaller portions. And I'm not lying to people, but I'm also not necessarily telling them my whole life, my whole surgical story, you know. So it's just a quick answer without prompting more questions. Usually.
More probing.
Yeah. And so, do that. And then you want to avoid alcohol.
Yes, avoid alcohol.
Yeah, avoid alcohol.
And
or at least limit it.
If you're pre-op, obviously you're not going to have alcohol, but if you're post-op, avoid it for at least 8 weeks minimum.
Yeah, at least 8 weeks minimum. If you've never had alcohol post-surgery, having it for the first time at a holiday event with mixed company is probably not the right time to do it. Your tolerance is lower. It affects you differently.
And you don't know how it's going to affect you.
You don't.
And you don't want to have that first experience at someone's house or even at your own house full of people.
While you're hosting people.
Do it while you're home with someone you can trust to see how it turns out for you.
Yeah, but if everybody's passing around the mimosas or the the eggnog with the alcohol, or I don't know. I don't even know what people have for alcohol at holiday events. Do you?
No, because I don't drink. So
I don't either.
I don't know.
I do know that it affects you differently. I know that from experience. But
it's empty calories.
It is.
Think of that as well.
Yeah, and most drinks are loaded with sugar.
Yes.
So, you know,
don't drink your calories.
Why do that to yourself? And then here's the slippery slope part.
The slippery slope to this whole thing is transfer addiction.
Yeah, and at the holiday time, alcohol at the holiday season is one of the highest risks
Right.
transfer addictions.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because you're already dealing with all this emotional stuff that surrounds the holidays, and then you have alcohol, and then
And it makes you feel good. Like food used to make you feel good.
Mhm.
Alcohol can make you feel good as well, but it's
You
a very
start-
slippery slope,
it is.
and you
It really
really
is.
do not want to start
It's
that.
really best just left alone,
Yes.
honestly,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. And so, listen, at the end of the day, just enjoy yourself. It is your journey. It is the first of many journey
Right.
events for you,
Right.
holiday seasons for you. And, if you are kind of feeling down about the holidays or how things might be different for you, and how you can't do things like you used to, then reflect on your accomplishments. I remind myself constantly that I would not trade the things I can or can't do anymore, which is not much, for the weight that I've lost.
Right.
Would you?
I'm in my 5th year of holiday,
Yeah.
and it's the first year was hard, but it's so worth it.
Yeah.
It is so worth it.
It is so very worth
You
it.
look back, it's so worth it.
It is. It is. But just reflect on those accomplishments. Think about the positives of your journey,
Right.
and try not to reflect on any negatives. Think about the positive things you can do now this holiday
Right.
season that you couldn't do.
Don't
in
think
holiday
about the
seasons before.
food you can't eat and the things you can't drink.
But maybe think about the mobility and maybe the way you
Right.
feel, and
Right.
the way you get to enjoy
Right.
things. And listen, if you do go astray, it's okay, right? If you do
It is.
have those carbs and that sugar, it's gonna be okay. You can start over tomorrow,
Right.
right?
Drink extra water.
Yeah, drinking water is gonna flush all that stuff out.
Right. Right. I mean, we've gone astray.
I've definitely gone
I've
astray.
gone astray. I mean, I've had like a cookie or a
Mhm.
piece of pie or cake or ice cream. I mean, we've all gone astray.
Well, we also ate cookie dough yesterday, Sarita.
We did eat cookie dough yesterday at the food truck festival,
We did.
but then we had healthy chicken as well.
We did.
Yeah.
We started over today.
Yeah, we started over today.
It's okay.
We drank extra water.
Yeah.
We did. I drank a lot of extra water
You
yesterday.
can just start over.
Right.
But talking about your first holiday, is there anything that you would like to share about that, or any holiday experiences that stand out to you?
Well, so I had my surgery in February.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I got to the holidays, I mean, I was almost a year post-op.
Yeah.
And yes, people did notice. And basically, I didn't really tell anyone I had surgery at first. But, I just said smaller portions, eating more protein, which is not really a lie. It's the truth.
It's the truth.
And, yeah, I mean, it was easy for me to navigate through the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
I just, focused on my protein and did my thing.
Right. That sounds good.
And here I'm on my 5th holiday now, 5th year. And, it's the same.
No, you don't have those stresses anymore at all?
No.
I don't either.
Mm-mm.
Well, not really.
I mean, everyone's seen me now. And
so for me, honestly, this holiday season, I am smaller because I did just do my second surgery last year.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, and so I didn't think about it until the other day, but I was looking back at pictures of last holiday because, memories.
Right.
And my face was a lot thicker last year. Even though I was already down so many pounds, I hadn't lost a lot of those inches yet. So I've said this so many times, but every episode's different, right? So my first surgery, I lost a lot in pounds. My second surgery, I lost more in inches. So my holiday face, for example, last year, I was just thicker. My face was puffier. I know my size was bigger because I can't wear the clothes that I wore last holiday season. So I didn't think about it at all until I noticed that. But when I do go to holidays this year, I will be about 2 sizes smaller than I was last year.
So I had something interesting happen to me a couple weeks ago. I went to the fall festival. and a lot of the vendors there I hadn't seen, for a year, and then COVID and everything, and so almost every single one that I hadn't seen since last year said, "Oh, you've kept your weight off." Every single one said this to me, and I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Well,
They were surprised, They're like, "Oh, you kept your weight off."
Yeah,
sure. I'm going into 6 years, in 3 months I'll be 6 years post-op. But I mean, I'm like, yeah, it's a lifestyle change. That was my answer. It's a lifestyle change.
It is a lifestyle
I don't ever plan on going back to where it was.
Right. Yeah, I thought
that was interesting that they all said that. Like they all, first thing out of their mouth, they said that.
That is interesting. Like it separately?
Yes, it was all
as the booths that you went to?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, it is, I'm not nervous about it because I've dealt with this stuff before. But I did think about, oh, wait, I am smaller now than I was last year.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
And I was, so Easter is another holiday, right? It's not this holiday season, but it is a holiday where you get together with family.
Right.
And so when I went to Easter this year, I was significantly smaller because of COVID and everything. We didn't see family much the year before. So I was significantly smaller when I saw some of my family around Easter, and it was different.
Yeah.
It was different.
It's interesting the reactions that you get.
For sure.
From friends and family and yeah, like it's almost like sometimes they expect you to fail.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to fail.
No, it's motivation.
Yeah.
I love what I do, and
I love it too.
Yeah, I'm happy. Nothing is worth the weight. Nothing really is worth the weight that I've lost.
My whole life has changed because of Mexico Bariatric Center.
That's a fact.
It's a fact.
That's a fact. Yes. I tell people all the time, I'm working with the patients. I tell them all the time that I'm living my happiest, best life.
I am living my best life for sure.
Yes, and I love
because of them.
Yes, because of what Mexico Bariatric Center is able to offer to people. So last holiday season, I got to do something that I haven't been able to do. I actually hosted a whole family trip.
Oh, nice.
Yes, to a cabin.
Nice.
There was like 16 of us in a cabin, one cabin, 4 people. And I got to host that, and I got to stand on my feet the whole time and cook meals.
You got to participate.
I got to do.
You got to do all of it.
I got to do. Yes, I hosted. I put all this stuff together. I made our matching pajamas, Christmas with my Nomies, pajama shirts. That was my theme, Christmas with my Nomies. And so I have a big family, and we had so much fun, and that was an accomplishment for me. So you know what, all of you are going to have accomplishments too. If you haven't already, you are going to have accomplishments, for sure. And so if you are a seasoned veteran of bariatric surgery, what are some things that you've accomplished through the holidays? Drop us some comments.
Yes,
let us know what are your accomplishments. What is your greatest holiday accomplishment? Or drop some advice for other people going through the holidays. Maybe something you dealt with that we didn't cover, or maybe how you dealt with something differently. You don't have to tell us your whole life story. No. It's just drop a little something and help somebody else. Pay it forward.
Yes, pay it forward.
Pay it forward. Drop some comments. Help us out. But, really this concludes our holiday survival 101.
Bottom line, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, don't
enjoy your new life.
And yeah, first things first, don't stress. And bottom line, just enjoy your new self.
Yeah, enjoy your family, enjoy yourself, celebrate.
Yeah, for sure.
Celebrate yourself.
Yeah, so thank you to everybody for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who contributed some content for us and filling this in and how to navigate. And listen, we're looking forward to next time, right? Right, for sure. And we're going to cover some future topics. Rita, what is what is something we're going to cover in the future?
So, some of the topics that we're going to cover coming up in the future: social networking after surgery,
Yes,
transfer addictions,
yeah,
which to me is very, very important.
and we're going to try to dive deep in
We're
that
going to
one.
dive deep in that. We're going to
Yeah.
have a lot of,
I said try to.
try to. We're going to have a lot of research on that one
Yes.
and things like that.
Yeah.
Relationships with family, friends, coworkers.
Yeah.
The different surgery types.
Yes. Like, what is right for you and why?
Right, right.
Would it be balloons? Why or why not?
Right.
Would it be sleeve?
Mm-hmm.
Would it possibly be lap band? No.
We don't do lap bands.
We don't really like them, and we'll talk about why.
Right. We do a lot of revisions from lap band to other,
which is why we don't like lap bands.
Right, and it's not we don't like them. It's just they have been found to
Right.
not be as effective.
True.
So we do a lot of revisions.
Complications.
We are going to do a podcast about the men.
Something special for the men.
Yes, because we do have men who have surgery.
Yes. You know, bariatric surgery tends to be wrapped up as like a woman's world.
Yeah, a woman thing.
And men have surgery too.
They do. We
Men
have
have
men.
surgery.
We have husband and wife. We
love
have
couples that have surgery together.
Yes. So we want to talk about the men. We want to recognize that.
Yes. Yes.
It's for
sure.
everybody.
Yes. If you're considering surgery and you and your spouse or boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, want it, need it, it's so good to do it together. There is so much success in that.
You are there to support each other. You're going through the process together. It's amazing to see how that goes.
It really is.
It is.
It is. Okay, so thank you all. And we'll see you next time.
See you next
Bye,
time.
friends. If you have any questions or want to share your bariatric weight loss journey, you can call or text us at 480-999-4826 or send an email to podcast@mexicobariatriccenter.com. You can also follow Mexico Bariatric Center on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Keep in mind, these are the opinions of the host. The views represented do not reflect or define the values of Mexico Bariatric Center. This podcast is sponsored by Emerge Bariatrics and Mexico Bariatric Center. Please visit mexicobariatriccenter.com for more information.